What is good, YouTube? We're back with another video. If you're not in the free Discord, go join it. It is first link down below, but we're going to be going over SMT Divergence today, right? So if you don't know what SMT Divergence is, it is a crack in correlation between two correlating assets, right? I use ES and NQ. If you trade Forex, you can use Euro USD and GBP USD. But anyways, we're going to be going over the indexes because I don't trade Forex, but SMT divergence, one of the best ways to understand when and where a high probability reversal can take place. Also, if you make your trades have SMT, your win rate will start to go higher. Because SMT divergence, if you're looking for it, you can spot high probability reversals. So right here we have two different depictions, one bullish and one bearish. Right here on ES, what do we see on ES? Well, ES comes down and takes this sell side, right? So ES takes this low, but take a look over here at NQ. NQ is not going lower than here. And you do not, unless you want to turtle soup, if you want to try soups because your entries and your risk will be a lot better. But if you don't want to have the risk of souping lows, you can wait for the displacement leg and then a fill of an imbalance or a CISD, whatever you want to do, right? So if you want to wait for that displacement leg and then enter here, you can do that instead of trying to soup a low. So right here, whenever we don't take this low on NQ, we can anticipate that we will probably be going to this high, right? So right here is a bullish divergence between ES and NQ. Now the inverse of that is the bearish, right? As we see right here, NQ takes this high, so NQ has taken buy side liquidity, right? So NQ takes this high and sweeps buy side. If we take a look over here at the ES, ES refuses to take that high, and then we displace lower, fill out an imbalance, CISD, whatever your entry model, whatever you want to enter off of is right here, and then we deliver to these equal lows down here on the ES and then on the NQ. Now, which one do you want to enter on? Preferably, but it doesn't need to be, enter on the stronger or weaker asset. So in the bullish example, NQ doesn't take the low, try to enter on NQ. In this example, try to enter on the ES. Obviously, you don't have to. If you enjoy trading NQ more than ES, take the trade on NQ, right? If you like trading ES more, take the trade on ES. But let's hop into the charts and show you what higher time frame reversals like to be framed from. So if you're on the 4-hour chart and you're looking for an SMT, you're not going to be taking the very first market structure shift, whatever it is. If we have an SMT at 6 a.m. and we displace out of that SMT, wait for that 10 a.m. distribution candle. Because if you take a look right here, that 10 a.m. candle on both indexes on 2 different days has a nice expansion leg. That's what we want to be a part of. One candle can change everything. If you wait for that 10 a.m. candle, your success rate will go a lot higher. So what do we see on the ES? ES sweeps this low. What do we see on the NQ? NQ is nowhere near that low, right? So right there and right there. So what do we think will happen? Well, we will probably go to this high, and then we could trade higher and go to this high, right? We're already bullish on the week. Weekly, internal to external. So a 4-hour market maker buy model. Right here's your original consolidation. Sell side into buy side of the curve. Very telling and very easy to spot. But right here, this is what we're focused on. So, or you can look for CE of this big wick. Actually, we hit that at 10 a.m. So let's head down to the 15-minute chart and see what happens here. So if we take a look at NQ, because what? NQ is the stronger pair. Right here is that SMT. So NQ comes down, sweeps these lows, displaces back inside of this range with an imbalance. So if you're a London trader or you're on the charts right at 8:30, you get an entry immediately right there, and then we distribute straight to this high. Now keep in mind, we still have that higher time frame SMT. So right here, 15-minute imbalance up to this high, If we go down to the 1 minute, where is it? 1 minute. Do we form an SMT at that low? No, we don't take it on either pair. And then we go straight to that high. So right here, if you're a London trader or you trade at 8:30, this 15-minute imbalance to deliver us up to this high. Low resistance liquidity run, right? Failure, 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 all throughout. So great example right there. Now, if we head into yesterday, was it? Yesterday's price action. If we go down to the 1 hour, we can see what? NQ taking out all of these lows, right? So SMT here, what do we see on the ES? ES does not take out this low right here. So now we have a higher time frame SMT, right? And before, honestly, like a while ago, I would still think the ES needed to take these equal lows, because why? Equal lows love to be targeted, but with this SMT, it no longer needs to be taken, especially when we are very bullish or bearish. In this case, very bullish. This low no longer needs to be taken. If we head down to the 5-minute chart, right, all this SMT, what do we see here? Well, we don't take this low. Do we take it on the ES? No, but take a look right there. Right here, we form another SMT right before market opens. So right here can be your 1 minute entry, because we have a lower time frame SMT now, right? Take a look right here. ES does not take this low. NQ, however, does. And what did I say? Imbalance or CISD. We form an order block, trade into that order block, and an expansion all the way up to these highs. So right there is a great example of another SMT. And if we take a look right here, we actually form another one. So right here, SMT, right there, inside of what? A higher time frame imbalance. This displacement, you can obviously just tell that that's a higher time frame imbalance. News gives us an SMT. What do we wait for? Displacement out or a sweep of a new low, because what do we do with this imbalance right here? Well, we trade above that high. So honestly, I wouldn't be looking to take a long here. What do we do throughout here? Well, we take out this low again. Displace out, imbalance to trade to this high. So right there, another nice SMT to get displaced out of and target this high, right? If you took an entry here, but you got stopped out, wait for another entry. This is now a protected low. Why is this protected? Because we have an SMT. ES now formed an intermediate term low. That's a protected low. Displacement out, imbalance right here, boom, deliver to this high. Now, if we want to take a look at lower time frame SMTs, right here is a great one. Right here on the NQ, we do not take out this low, sorry, this low. Now, what do we expect from this low? Well, since it's later in the day, right, it's lunchtime, we're not going to be targeting all the way up here. We're going to be targeting this internal high, right? So since we aren't going to be targeting up here, this is going to be our buy side level that we want to be target. So what do we see? SMT down here. Right here becomes your change in the state of delivery, right? But what's this? This is way above discount, right? This is way up here. So what do? We wait to see if price wants to come down to a discount, right? We're not going to enter all the way up here after this strong displacement, right? This imbalance right here never gets tapped into. We do have an inverse. So as soon as this gets inversed, because it's the only fair value gap in this price leg lower, you can take an entry here. But if you don't get an entry, don't enter all the way up here. Wait to see if we want to return to a discount. As you see right here, we do. So after we get this reaction out of here, then you can be safe to enter into an imbalance and then target that high, right? So once we get this imbalance, you can now target this high. Does it give you another entry? CISD right here, close above it, tap it. We have a small little imbalance right there. If you miss this order block entry, we have a tiny, tiny imbalance right there, and then we deliver to this high, right? Why am I trading NQ? Because it's the stronger asset, and I actually just like trading NQ more than I like trading ES. So even if NQ is the weaker pair, I'm still probably going to take longs on NQ. But yeah, right there, Wait for that discount to be hit. What do we wait for if we displace out of here with no imbalances being filled? We have to wait for a soup or discount of the range. Right here is discount of the range. I wonder if we come down to a 5-minute imbalance. 5-minute OB. Also 5-minute imbalance right there. So that's what you have to wait for. Don't be trying to get in all the way up here, because then you'll just be stuck in drawdown, right? If you would have entered up here in this imbalance, maybe a stop right there, you would have been in 21 points of drawdown. Or if you had a stop up here, you would have been stopped out. So don't be trying to enter. If it just runs without you, let it run without you. It doesn't matter, right? Also, we have an original consolidation up here. So if we want to do this, we tap -2 and then we get our reversal, right? And then what do we do from here? We can enter this one. We just run through -2, 2.5. Yeah, so these standard deviations were pretty awkward because this one's awkward. No swing high up here except all the way up here. So right there, another great example. Now, this one. Can you spot the SMT here? Can you spot this SMT? It's right here. This swing low. Why is this a protected low? Well, we filled out an imbalance. Let's do this. Filled out an imbalance, OTE, and then displaced out of it. This is going to be a protected low. So we wait for that internal SMT. Now with an internal SMT, right, we would be looking for this high and this high, right? Obviously, you can leave runners to these highs and this high up here, but this is an internal SMT. So you're not going to be looking for all the way up here. Now, if you want to leave runners, that is totally fine. But this low right here being SMT'd does not mean this high is going to be swept. If we SMT'd this low, then we could be looking for it. If we SMT'd one of these lows, then we could be looking for it. But we do not form an SMT throughout these lows. So this low being SMT'd means this high and this high would be your target. Leave runners to this high. So partials, obviously we have equal highs right here, so you don't need to take it off at this high. Target the equal highs and then runners. So right here we form an SMT. Boom. SMT right there. 1 minute chart, right? SMT there. What did I say? CISD or an imbalance. Right here becomes your CISD. Come down, tap that order block. Does the ES fill out an imbalance? ES actually does not fill out an imbalance, but what do we see up here? Breaker. So right here becomes a breaker. Holds us to send price higher, and we actually don't fill any imbalances. So right here would be your only entry on the order block. Breaker gets sent higher to this buy side. So reversal from here, this should be a protected low. Why? Because we filled out a 5-minute imbalance in OTE. So that is going to be the end of the video. If you're not using SMTs to frame trades and your win rate isn't like higher, make your trades have an SMT. If there's no SMT, there's no trade. If you start implementing SMTs, your win rate will be much higher. So if I have one piece of advice for this video, it would be force every trade to have an SMT. No SMT, no trade. So that's going to be the end of the video. If you enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and join the free Discord. I'm out of here. Enjoy the 4th of July. Come back for NFP Friday. Ready to go. And I'm out. Peace.